There is something Bodhidharma tried to say that cannot be said, a truth so simple and so unsettling that monks tried to hide it, teachers tried to soften it, and seekers have been running from it for 15 centuries. It is not a practice, it is not a secret technique, it is not a higher state. It is something far more intimate, something you carry with you right now, in this moment, without noticing. And if you can see it, even for the briefest instant, the entire spiritual search collapses like a shadow in the light. Stay, because what Bodhidharma revealed is not an idea, it's a mirror. 1500 years ago, a solitary monk crossed cold mountains and harsh deserts to arrive at the gates of China. His name was Bodhidharma. The monasteries he encountered were filled with devoted practitioners. They meditated for hours. They studied sacred texts. They performed rituals with flawless attention. They believed enlightenment was something to be earned through discipline, effort, and perfect devotion. But Bodhidharma walked in, looked around, and said something that shook the foundation of their world. You are wasting your time, not because meditation is wrong, not because scriptures are useless, not because devotion is meaningless, but because they were using the path to avoid seeing what the path was pointing to. They were searching for something they already had. Bodhidharma's message was disarmingly direct. Your mind is the Buddha. Do not look elsewhere. This is the heart of his teaching. Everything you call the path, everything you chase as spiritual progress, everything you imagine as enlightenment, all of it exists only as movements of your own mind. The Buddha is not a person. The Buddha is not a state. The Buddha is simply the mind, unobscured, uncomplicated, unadorned, unsearched for. And because people refuse to trust this simplicity, they wander endlessly. Bodhidharma said, to seek enlightenment outside the mind is like trying to grasp the sky. He pointed to something almost impossible for the ordinary mind to accept. Everything you see, hear, feel, or imagine, every appearance is a mirage, not unreal in the sense of non-existent, but unreal in the sense of misunderstood. You believe the surface of things. You cling to forms, identities, stories. And because you cling to appearances, you overlook the one thing that is not an appearance, the awareness that sees them. That awareness is your nature, and that nature is what Bodhidharma called Buddha. He said, the essence of the way is detachment from appearances. Detach, not by pushing things away, not by resisting, not by suppressing, but by seeing that nothing you grasp has a fixed essence. The forms change, the stories change, the self you defend changes. Everything passes, everything dissolves. What remains untouched is the pure seeing itself. Imagine a tree, branches, leaves, fruits, flowers. They all appear different. They move, shift, transform, yet all of them depend on a single root. Bodhidharma said the mind is that root. Everything you experience, joy, anger, desire, confusion, grows from it. If you understand the root, the rest becomes clear. If you misunderstand the root, the rest becomes suffering. He said, all good and bad come from your own mind. And if you know the mind, you do not need to search for Buddha. Beyond the mind, there is no Buddha. This was not poetry. It was a direct instruction. Stop running outward. Stop imagining salvation in some distant state. Stop believing the mind is your enemy. The mind is the gate you refuse to walk through. This is where the teaching becomes most radical. There is nothing to find, nothing to obtain, nothing to add, nothing to achieve. The way is not reached through accumulation. It is reached through seeing. Seeing what? Seeing that the seeker, the search, and the object of the search all arise within the same mind. And when this is seen, the whole structure collapses. There is no enlightenment waiting in the future. There is only the clarity obscured by grasping. Bodhidharma said, "Those who see their nature are Buddhas. Not become Buddhas are Buddhas. Right now, not later, not after practice, not after purification. Now." Bodhidharma emphasized something no scripture can express. Truth cannot be carried by words. Words can guide, words can point, words can inspire, but words cannot deliver the experience. It is like drinking water. No matter how beautifully someone describes it, only you can feel the taste. He said, "The ultimate truth is beyond words. The way is silent. This silence is not the absence of sound. It is the absence of misunderstanding. A silence inside you that does not depend on the conditions around you. A silence that is always present but rarely noticed, because your attention is busy chasing forms, chasing sensations, chasing meaning. Take a breath. Let everything soften for a moment. Notice the space behind the words, the quiet awareness that is hearing them. That quiet is your nature. It is not waiting. It is not searching. It is not becoming. It is simply present. This is what Bodhidharma was pointing to. When you begin to see your nature, something subtle happens. You no longer cling to the self-image you defend. You no longer chase experiences, hoping they will complete you. You no longer fear the changing world, because you understand that appearances were never solid to begin with. This does not make you cold or detached from life. It makes you intimate with life, fearless in life, open in life, because nothing that changes can imprison you. Bodhidharma said, "When illusions are absent, the mind is the land of the Buddhas," meaning, when the fog lifts, what remains is clarity, not a special clarity, just the natural clarity that was always there. When his students asked, "What is the highest practice? What is the essential method? What should we do to awaken?" He gave the same answer again and again. Contemplate the mind. But what does that mean? It means, look inward. See the movement of thoughts without becoming them. Watch how the mind creates stories, identities, fears, and desires. Observe how everything arises and passes. Notice that awareness itself never moves. To contemplate the mind is to see that you're not inside your thoughts. Your thoughts are inside you. Bodhidharma said, "If you understand the mind, you understand everything." This is the core of Zen, not ritual, not philosophy, not technique, just direct seeing, just being with what is, just resting as the awareness that sees. You may feel this is difficult. You may feel unworthy or unprepared. You may feel confused or overwhelmed. But Bodhidharma said, your nature is originally pure. It cannot be corrupted, meaning you cannot lose what you are. You cannot damage it. You cannot fall from it. You can only overlook it. The gate is always open. The path is always here. The truth is always shining. It is the mind that wanders, not the way. In the end, Bodhidharma did not bring a new religion, a new system, or a new philosophy. He brought a mirror that shows one thing. The Buddha you seek is the one who is looking. The mind you fear is the gateway to freedom. The way you chase is the ground beneath your feet. Nothing is missing. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is far. It is here, now, clear, simple, closer than breath. And if you can see this, even once, the long search ends in the one place it always pointed to, your own mind. If this touched something in you, stay close. There's more to explore, quietly, at your own pace.